clearly, when Greg made the video, that was probably a spike that she was not ready for and was not used to, right? Which, again, it sucks, but when you are making videos like this, people are going to make responses. It is what it is, right? I'm not saying, like, you just get over it, right? But if this is something that you want to continue doing, I don't know what to tell you. Like, obviously people aren't going to stop. Alrighty, guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Before we get into the video, if you see all these lovely people here on the side of the screen, they are here while I'm recording this live. I stream on Twitch every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're ever bored around that time, please feel free to come by. There will be a link in the description. You can click that. If you go follow, it's completely free, and you'll get a notification when I go live. Today, we are going to be talking about a video that was uploaded by Linda Sun. We have talked about her a few times. If you are unfamiliar, I will make sure that I link in the description a couple of the videos that I made on her. But she is basically a YouTube influencer, fitness and food, more focused than other things, I'd say. Influencer that makes a lot of videos surrounding food and surrounding her relationship with food and her journey that she's had. She recently uploaded a video where she talked about a lot of things that I have had experience with, and so I wanted to share my point of view. Now, this video is about 20 minutes long. We're not going to be watching the entire thing just because I don't think that it's necessary, and towards the end of the video, it's kind of a lot of the same stuff gets kind of said over and over again, which I'm not, I do the same thing, so I'm no shade or anything like that, but I just don't think it's necessary to watch the entire video, in my opinion. But there is a lot of stuff that she does talk about. So this is the video we are going to be talking about. And the title of it is, I Can't Stop Eating. Week of food, restricting, weight loss too fast, addressing hate comments. What a title. I'm just going to let it play for the first little bit, and then I'll kind of share my opinions and my thoughts. That was loud.
How are you guys? I hope summer is treating you well and you're treating you well with lots of rest and ice cream and soaking up all the sun and good vibes. Welcome back to another video / yummy food explosion on your screens / passionate emotional rant from me. I wanted to start off by saying I love you guys probably too much. The amount of brain capacity you guys take up, a little creepy.
Just to serve. Oh, 太好，
一点糖都没有，
哎
太好。
great。那边的话，对不起，咱们来讲。
You guys are my first thought in the morning and the last people I would want to disappoint. Which sucks a little because I've found I can't be what all of you want me to be. I see all of you as human beings with feelings and stories and think you're literally the coolest, strongest people ever. And sometimes I think people forget that I'm also a human with feelings and a story who's really not that cool and extremely socially awkward and sometimes not that strong. Sticks and
All right, so the first thing here is this is actually pretty common when it comes to creators. It seems like a lot of creators are socially awkward, have anxiety, and struggle with their mental health, right? So this is pretty normal, and I'm not saying that it's a good thing. It sucks, right? I think a big part of it is a lot of times as a creator, you have so many people that look up to you that think that you're something special, all of these things, which I'm not even saying that's not true, but like, I'm just like, to relate it to myself. When people say this stuff about me, it does genuinely make me uncomfortable. Like, if I'm being honest, when people are like, oh, you've helped me do this thing, you're like, and I'm just like, yo, dude, whoa, I am just a person, right? Because, and then you start with what she's talking about, you start feeling like you need to live up to what you feel these expectations are. Right? You start to feel like there's these expectations that maybe have never even been, like, someone's never even said, oh, I have these expectations of you. But because you hear all these things, you feel like there are these expectations that are placed on you, and that can really mess with you, right? Because you feel like, I'm not doing as well as this person might think that I'm doing. And then you start to feel guilty. It really is stressful, right? So I can understand where she's coming from here.
Stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you, they said. No, actually, I'd rather you chuck sticks and pelt me down with a couple boulders because I swear it would hurt less and the healing would be easier.
I agree with that 100%.
about confidence, I'm too restrictive. A video about gaining weight, I'm just lazy. A video about losing weight for me, now I'm too triggering. I posted a video about finally being happy, and people just think I'm lying about being happy.
Watching you being always makes me happy. I missed you being.
So this is kind of in reference to a lot of the videos, because I have made videos responding to things that she's made. And when we talk about this, I think part of what I kind of disagree with here is the fact that when you do have a large following, you do, regardless of if you want it or not, you do have, in my opinion, not everyone agrees with this, okay? Not everyone agrees with this. And some people think I take it too far, which maybe I do, right? But I feel like you have an obligation, maybe not obligation, but you have a duty to those followers and that large audience to try your best not to harm people, right? Again, we all make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. I definitely am not, right? But when you know that you have a lot of followers that might be struggling with food issues and might be struggling with certain things, it's, I think, in your best interest, not even in their best interest, but in your best interest as a creator to not to try and make those things worse, right? And so the disagreements I've had, I've never felt like Linda is a terrible person. I actually think she's a really nice person, probably that just is a little lost right now, which is totally understandable. I get it. Same, right? But that's what it feels like. I don't think that any of my videos I've tried to make her out to be some terrible, evil person. But I do think that when you have an audience, you have a responsibility to them to not harm them with the information that you put out there, right? And that's where I come from. I think a lot of people, when they get an audience, you start to feel like the videos that I make, I need to be more like, this is what you should do, or I have the answers, or this is the right thing, when the thing that got you the audience in the first place was you just sharing your journey and you being honest, right? So I think a lot of people disagreed with that, right?
I know. You're just too sensitive. It's part of the job. They don't actually know you. You signed up for it. You'll get used to it.
这个告诉你，我那个 video 得到很多 hate。没关系，不用 care，这么多人替你说话呢。It's not what it's about. It doesn't bother me. It just like makes me tired. 就是在这上面说的，你都要去谨慎一点。你要把那个 video 都看完了，不要说光看了一个 title 在那胡说八道。就是这种尽量的离得远一点就行。I just hate that like.
So here she's like, if you're not like watching and you're just listening, she's talking to her mom, and her mom basically says, well, you should just stop talking about sensitive topics. This is one of the issues that comes with the job of being an influencer creator. And I mean this in the most kind way to her mother. She seems like a very nice lady, but it is almost, and I mean, I almost on purpose, almost pointless to talk to people that don't understand what it is that we're doing about what it is that we're doing. If you find like comfort, regardless of what they say, if you just like, I don't even really care what they say, I just want to, unload this, then that is a genuine help, right? Maybe that's what she's doing. But a lot of times when you try and have a conversation with someone about this that doesn't understand what's going on and all the intricacies, because yes, the job is quote unquote easy, right? When you think about it, like the actual act of what it is that you're doing, but all the stuff behind the scenes, it's just a lot of things that people wouldn't understand. Like it's clear there is a reason that she, quote unquote clickbaits her titles, right? The title of this, I Can't Stop Eating Week of Food, right? There's a reason she titles it that, because it gets views. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fine, right? But there are certain people that definitely do and definitely make it known that they have a problem with it, and that is something that she is struggling with, right? But there's a reason that she does it. It shows that it works. So if she stopped doing that, stopped talking about sensitive topics, the things that she's going through, right? The issues that she's having, this might sound cynical, but it's going to hurt the view count. And that's hard, regardless of how much I don't care about the views. I don't care about any of that. Regardless of how much you say that, if you see your views drop in half just because you didn't title it a little bit more scandalous, it's hard to see and it's hard to deal with, right? So I understand where she's coming from, but I would say I've had conversations with people that don't understand it either, and they say stuff and I'm just like, yeah, you don't really get it, but I appreciate the insight, right?
我刚 happy 一点。I can't keep running away just because I get hate. If I could, I'd change your world.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I lost momentum on YouTube around the same time last year. Momentum as in the part of me that was excited to create, that wanted to get up and grab her camera, up until Greg Doucette posted that video of me, that I was not ready to receive. I guess no one really is ever ready to receive that kind of hate. It's really cool to film yourself and edit and create a story, and something that I've always loved to do. Did I ever think I could make a job out of it? No way. But with that comes a lot of pressure, comparison, analytics, and it becomes part of my worth.
So this is really hard, right? Because I don't disagree with what she's saying here. I think that regardless of how, and I mean, me and Greg are, I wouldn't say that we're like friends, but we're acquaintances. Regardless of how much Greg might say in his video that I don't want this person to get any hate, I don't want this person to get any negative attention, I don't want you guys to go and comment this stuff, it just sucks because people will do it regardless. And I'm sure that happened to her. Am I saying that all of the criticism was negative? No, I don't think Greg was ever overly negative. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember the videos, to be honest. But normally he comes from a place of like, hey, I think this is wrong. A lot of times he is very loud, very over the top. But again, that's part of the game, right? It's to get views. It's to get attention, right?
The cookbook is the answer. This entire video could have been, I tried Coach Greg's cookbook for a week and here's what happened. Success! But no, I starved myself for a week and I'll go complain about how hungry I am. Yeah, duh, no shit, freaking Sherlock. We know that. You can't just cut out half the calories and be satisfied with your diet. It does not work like that. If it worked like that, people would all be successful. They would just eat less and lose weight and keep it off. 95% of diets, they don't work. Why? Because you end up hungry, starving, and then you're eventually going to cave and binge.
If you talk to him in person, trust me, he's not like that, right? It's for the video. But regardless of how much Greg might say, I don't want you guys to do this, I don't want this to happen, I don't want, like, you guys need to chill out, blah, blah, blah. People are just they're going to see how hyped up someone is on a video, right? How loud they're being, how passionate it seems like they are, and that is going to burn a fire in them, and they're going to go, I need to go tell this person that what they're doing is wrong, and I'm going to be the person that solves the issue. And they leave a bunch of negative comments, a bunch of nasty stuff. They go to their Instagram, they go to all their social media, and it sucks when this happens because you feel as a person you can't get away from it. You can't go on Instagram, you can't go on TikTok, you can't go on any other social media platform because there's people, hundreds maybe, right, of comments constantly saying, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're a terrible person, this is wrong, this is wrong. That isn't helpful, right? That isn't helpful. That doesn't help anybody. So I fully understand going, like, how you would feel in this situation. That sucks. People can be really crappy, and it sucks as someone that makes content similar, right? Where I am sharing my opinion about stuff, calling something out, saying, hey, I don't agree with this, because I do have a responsibility to that person that I'm talking about to not send a ton of unnecessary hate their way. But at the same time, there is nothing I can do to make sure that someone doesn't just decide to go and tell the person, you need to go end your life, right? Because, yeah, people are like, oh, it doesn't happen. It does. And that sucks. That's not something that makes me feel good.
And a fear, because once you have something, you're just scared to lose it. What's my backup plan? You know what I mean? And when I get hate, it's jabbing at the wound that I'm not gonna have this forever and I don't have a backup plan. I love this opportunity, but then why does it hurt so badly? I'm a very emotional person, as you can tell. I have a lot to work on. I'm gonna keep making mistakes. I can't expect myself to be perfect. I don't know what people want from me. I guess I really should be asking myself, do I want what's gonna make me happy? It's hard to focus on that when the whole point is to make you guys happy. But I can't do that if I'm not happy, and I have to take care of myself. It's just annoying because I thought that's what I've been doing for the past year. I guess that wasn't enough time. I don't know what to think, and I don't know how to keep going. I don't know.
Sometimes I'm just like, who?
So here with this, again, I agree, but at the same time, and I don't mean this to sound mean or I don't care, but Linda has made a lot of money doing what she does, which fine, right? She does a good job at what you do, right? But when that happens, when you start making a name for yourself, making a lot of money, regardless of what job it is, there are negatives to that job. And it sucks, but one of the negatives to a job like this, right? She's much more successful than I am, but one of the negatives are people being assholes. Like it is inescapable. Unescapable. It is impossible to escape, okay? You cannot get away from it. It will always follow you, no matter what type of creator you are. I promise every single person has dealt with negativity and people being assholes, right? Clearly, when Greg made the video, that was probably a spike that she was not ready for and was not used to, right? Which, again, it sucks, but when you are making videos like this, people are going to make responses. It is what it is, right? I'm not saying, like, you just get over it, right? But if this is something that you want to continue doing, I don't know what to tell you. Like, obviously people aren't going to stop. It's not going to stop. I think not paying attention to it as much as you can is the best option, right?
Who do you want me to be? What version of me will make you happiest? What do I have to look like and eat like to finally just be accepted? So I decided I'm only going to eat healthy. Yep, I officially don't eat anything bad for me. Every morning I eat a filling, high-protein breakfast.
Today we are trying something I've always wanted to try and I've always found kind of disgusting. We love protein. And we love cereal. Protein powder. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. It's like everything I love in a bowl. It's really good. Yay! Thanks so much.
I mean, this is actually pretty good. I don't know. I'm surprised. Maybe she's joking that she's never tried this, but like, this is good stuff. If you've never had protein powder instead of milk as your, cereal milk, it's pretty good. Like, I recommend. Unless you have a really crappy protein powder that's like chalky, then obviously it wouldn't be very good.
Almost tastes like a milkshake.
I only eat at very specific times. I'm very strict with this one. Only when I'm hungry or walk by a gelato store. I will never eat at any hour that's not between.
Okay, so this is pretty much all I'm going to show because, again, most of the video, it's kind of going over the same stuff. So I just want to share my opinion here. So towards this part of the video, she kind of trolls a little bit, right? And she's talking about how I'm only going to do this, and that, right? I think that one thing that is important is to understand that there is genuine criticism out there, and to not lump in the genuine criticism, people that are giving you good feedback, whether or not it's easy to hear, that's another thing, but genuine criticism is not the same as hate. A lot of times people will make it seem like any sort of comment or video or anything talking about you that's not unbridled praise is hate. That's not necessarily true, right? And so going on the defensive like this, I personally don't think it's a very good look. I think that, there are people that are assholes, of course, that will just be hateful, of course. But there are people that will have genuine, criticism or anything like that, right? And so I don't know. Like, again, there's much more to this video, so it obviously will be linked down in the description. There's like 15 more minutes. Like we only watched about 5 minutes of the video, right? So there's tons more, but again, it really kind of goes over the same things that we already talked about here. But if you want to watch it, you can go ahead and click on that. But I just wanted to share my thoughts, especially on that first part, because obviously I am a creator, again, nowhere near as successful as she is, which, good for her. But I just wanted to share because it definitely, like, when I watched it, I felt something, at least on that part of the video. And so I just wanted to share my thoughts, regardless of if they're helpful or not, right? I just wanted to share what I thought about it. But I would love to know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.